What's the deal, gang?
What's going on, Wix?
Oh shit, I was muted on YouTube. What's up, gang? Still. As well. There's 4 of you still waiting on your accounts. They said you guys are gonna have them before or by 8 a.m. Be bullish daily. 4 hours back in range. Expect the daily to make a steeper bottom wick. Nice clean range below here. Closure. Try to take advantage of this range down. Lean to 24 here. Okay, and on the way up, a little bit of funkiness up here at 38, but we'll see if there's enough to go break even by then. Let's see if we get a closure above here. Once again, we're stuck in a bit of a shit show. Daily's got a bottom wick, tiny. Maybe to 25. The good thing is, if we start printing above 35, we already, like I just said, we already got that bottom wick on the daily. It's not big, but there's a wick. This is a daily wick here. Clean range to fill. Could happen fairly quickly. But like I said, because the 4 hour is bearish, I expect this 4 hour, bearish back below the range, right? It faked out here, closed above, back below. I expect it to come down on this 4 hour, aka create a steeper bottom wick on the daily, and then eventually, maybe later on, later session, to push up. But if we start pushing up now, we just want some closures above our range and look to fill the daily wick. Sounds like a little game show over here, like the price is right. Price has been stuck here in this range since 2 p.m. Hot outside, huh? Like elevator music. Be in the elevator with a random stranger. Like, how about that weather? Well, yeah, it's the UV index is really high. Yeah, well, they said. Is that what they said? Yeah, they said so on TV. Oh. Well, we're overdue for some rain. Oh, yeah, I'll take some rain. Oh, this is your floor? Alright, we'll see you later. Jam session. Let's do it. Jam session. Bump the jam. What up, Dad? And tell her I called her. Calling her right now. message from top one. The guys, the four of you that are still waiting on accounts. I need your countries where you're from. I gotta do it now. Gotta get that from it. What are we doing here? We gonna get it? Closed in range, first 15 here of this hourly. Broke the previous hourly high. Low. Sorry, we broke the low first, then broke the high. Come back down. Re-break the low. This made a lower high, lower low here. Here. Topped out. Push on the break of that low. $45. Five sucks. Yeah, I'm waiting on the break. Oh, there we go. It rebroke the low again. Back up. I think the daily should create. Did it break there? Yeah, I think it broke by a bit. Retested it. I think if we break, we should push down, create a steeper bottom wick on a daily. But I prefer closure here. Not doing anything. Previous 4 hour did close bearish. That would also be breaking the previous 4 hour low. Like I said, closure, closure, closure. Maybe. 7 minutes here on the 30. You no longer trade on top one. I do. This they have a. They're changing a lot of processes. So, I'm only allowed to have one account at a time, and if it's my account, I have to submit it and wait for it, just like you guys, because I'm an affiliate. I'm checking my live account here. No, I like top one. They got, first of all, really good rules. They're really fair, and not the rules themselves in terms of you obeying them, and as long as you bam, you'll get paid out. Payouts are quick, and honestly, I think they have the best accounts in the industry. It just sucks that Project X is gone. That thing was so pretty to look at. All right, so like I said, we might break that low and push heavy, because that's the right. We made this low, then we came up, we rebroke the high, and sort of closed below here, right? Creating a lower high, lower low situation. Now we just created a top wick and we're re-breaking the low. So it might push, but we never got a closure just yet. I don't want this to re-break that low and push back in range, but be okay with it. If it pushes without you, right, then you're looking for a retest or maybe a buy limit. Based on the daily, you're making a bottom wick here. Let's see, 4 hour, making a bottom wick, so 20. This room come down here. Quite a bit of room. I just want a closure. We'll come down. Yeah, there. Yeah, please drop a like, sub to the channel, and let's be patient. Let's wait for this to close. 3 minutes here. No more FOMO. Choppiness here, right on the 5 levels. There's room to come down here, even on the 5, 51.20. Let's see if it waits for us. Let's see if it closes. See if it even closes inside this range, and let's see if it can pull back, leave a bottom wick, leave a top wick. Daily wants to create the bottom wick. 4 hour close bearish, and if we close below the range, we get a seller replay here on the 1 hour. Move 20. But not on a smaller time frame, just kind of held support. 30 seconds to closure. Tap target. Target. These closures. All right, lock in here. I don't know how we're gonna open up or how we're gonna close here. We open up to the downside. I would like the rebreak of the lows. Let's make this bottom wick here. Yes, 30 could push back up in range. All right, let's see. Well, we just need a top wick here and I'll have a sell stop. Top wick. Top of even. You sick? Oh, my back hurts. I can't move. Shouldn't sound sick. Must have slept wrong. Maybe the D was pointing right at me. I just can't bend down. Can't do nothing. Play that break of the lows, but that started breaking the lows with 2 minutes to go on the candle, 3 minutes to go on the candle. Top wick here. down here soon. That's nice. There's a lot. First of all, there's a lot of partial closures here or TPs at the bottom of that wick. Second of all, there's a lot of stops right below it that I just took out. A whole bunch of orders right here. This range is horse shit, right? Really want nothing to do with this. What we do, want to trade in here. And then here. Clean to the left, clean to the right.
Somewhere besides there.
Yeah, needed a top wick here. What's up, Gunny? How you doing?
Not bad, brother.
Good.
Yeah. Waiting.
That's what this requires of us. here either on that previous 4 hour. Copy Nation, how to trade? Be patient. Okay. What happens here? Usually we drive through full range and then retest the bottom of the range and push up if we're going to make this push up on a daily here. Man, that is the rebreak of the daily high up there. 30. Let's see what happens here in 1 minute. Damn it. I don't want a bottom wick entry here. Fucker just went straight up. Motherfucker. me a like candle closure, yeah. As long as the banger sad day in the Zoom community, can't hear the music yet. Four-hour has not rebroken its own high. The daily did not rebreak its own high. Less than 10 minutes in this hourly. See what happens. Broke the high right there. Rebroke the daily high. I would love for us to close above and then re-break it again on the next candle after a bottom wick. This way we're moving with the daily, with the 4-hour, and with the hourly. Are you trading higher time frame during buy or sell? Look for confluence, right? Look for the same narrative to be told by multiple time frame. From the higher to the lower and vice versa. As the time frames kind of flow into each other. Okay. Or we could do this. Video explaining in detail? Yeah, I have so many of them. Like hundreds of videos on the Instagram, a bunch of videos on YouTube. I gotta go through them, make everything structured. I'm so spread thin. I keep saying that, but I'm doing something about it. It just takes a long time to assemble the Avengers. You know what I mean? And then over time, it'll all be. But you're here. You're on the live stream. Learn everything on the live streams. Once it's all in a course, you'll get it. Best place to learn is here because you see the concepts playing out in real time. tap there. Light candle. And if we push up without a bottom wick, I expect this to grab us, start filling the daily wick here. Look at the daily. This entire thing is technically a wick because we closed down here. We opened. I mean, we didn't close down, we opened there. Isn't above the most recent range. Need that closure. Need a bottom wick here. It's not going to give it to us. No bottom wick, no top wick here, no bottom wick here. Candle printed backwards. Give that top wick, then that bottom wick came up. Give that bottom wick first. Be in there. What's up, Daniel? Price action's been terrible. just perfection. Get some closures, gang. What am I looking at? A range.
Yo, what's good?
What's up, man? Put those buys there.
Rich?
What up? What
Nah,
up?
I didn't have it. No position for me. I'm not a fan of tonight's price action. It's kind of just
Yeah.
choppy.
Kinda.
Yeah, it is. It is choppy.
Fucking chopping hood.
Yes. Plus, like, what I've been trying to do lately is just like when it's coming down to the end of the week, I'm just trying to chill. Like, not trying to force anything.
Good habit. It's a really good habit to reinforce.
Yep.
I think looks terrible. Sometimes, not all the time, aggression's the way. No, you need a level head in trading. Even when you're aggressive. Let's see if we can establish this level as a support.
Ideally, on how I'm looking at it now, if we didn't have that steep top wake up and we came down first, ideally,
Yeah.
I would hide buys right off of that support.
I think we could fill this wick up though.
Yeah.
It took out all these orders. I think if we just grab more orders, we can fill the wick up and the rest of the range. Like if we are able to, let's say, come down here, right, the support, the bottom of the range here,
Yeah.
fail or re-break highs, it would make sense.
Yeah, because that would be the second time you attempt to do it and fail.
Yeah, and if you don't break the lows there, right? If you respect the lows, start re-breaking them. Time frames aren't aligning. Every time frame is different.
Could do with a Trump tweet or something right now.
Anything, any kind of catalyst. Nothing. Got to run. Glug. Did Josh a while ago. Let's go. Back up. Ain't that bottom wick, but it didn't get to support. Not what I would like. Big stuff, yeah. There's just not enough candles here. Created this did show of a range. Yeah, this could act as a support, but the way we're printing right now, doesn't matter. There's too many. You have this in the way. You have this in the way. We'll fill the top wick. Yeah, look at the daily. The daily looks good too. I won't fill the wick, but look what it filled to. It filled to the daily close. That's it. Strategy, price action. I guess if you have it at the top of our level, it did fake out, but this area can definitely act as a support as it's above the most recent resistance over there, so it's funkiness across the board. 4-hour reflip back bearish. Advert on your screen making your chart small, bro. Yeah, it's all gonna be gone. I'll be by next week. Gonna be a bit different, a little bit. You have a much nicer experience next week. Literally hate everything that's happening here. What are you currently waiting to see on the chart? Currently, PA has been chopped for a while. Yeah, we're looking to break out the chop. Right, we got this horse shit range, and we want to be outside the range.
I'd prefer we come down. I think it'd be easier to get a position if we just.
Well,
come
now that the
down.
daily's flipped and the previous 4 hours bearish, yeah, I'd prefer we come down. And the thing is, on the way down, the range is cleaner.
Yeah,
Because see, 30,
I'm looking for
15,
buys actually.
If you look through all of this, the ride down is going to be easier, and then you can look for your
Yep,
pancake at
right there.
41.17, 41.16.
Right there.
Okay, so yeah, I'm looking for both positions. I'm looking to take the ride down and the pancake here.
Yep.
Where are you going to keep your stops?
Well, I'm on spot, right? I'm looking for 40.99.546 on my stops. It's gonna be below the wick,
Oh,
right? Which is gonna
okay.
be
Wait. You're
79.
40.99. You're looking to get in here, but stops all the way down here.
No, I'm looking for 40.99.546 on my stops. Is gonna be below the wicks,
Oh, all right.
which is
Yeah,
gonna
you're
be
looking at the very bottom of the range. I was
the
looking
very
right here. I was looking to take sells down in here.
No.
Marshes.
Yeah, I mixed it up. This futures.
Just clean.
Stops would be around like at 80 pips. But I'm not sure if we're gonna get there. I think we might get the initial reaction right above that level.
What do you
Yeah,
wanna
right
wait
there.
for?
I think
Yeah.
we might. Yeah, I think we might get a reaction there. But ideally, I prefer that level because it lines up on all time frames. It gives a lot more confidence.
Well, for now, let's break the hell out of here because this looks terrible.
Yep.
It's going to be a massive push to the upside. Yes, but it's all about when. Do we still create a steeper daily wick? As the most recent price action here on the last 4 hours telling us, right? Or is this good enough, and do we now just re-break highs? And meanwhile, look where we've tapped here on the daily already. We flipped bullish and we filled to the daily level. In range up here, but it won't be that as easy as coming down.
I think it would be so much better if we come down first.
And then the buys
For the
become
daily.
legit too.
Yeah, because I think overall we're bullish on the daily. This is just my saying for the day, because with how the weekly like what I know with noticing lately is like every time is at the end of the weekly been pulling back.
Previous 30 make it, yeah, it made a bottom look on a daily, but the question is, do we make a steeper one? If you look at the daily, you got a lot of room to go here. Or no more of this. All day. Actually, you have another at 10 o'clock. You have 30 minutes. Sorry, now you had it for all. Okay, you get it at 10 for 30, and then back. Okay. Close that door. Fine. Okay. All right. So we go. The 30's up. 4 hours. Bullish, bearish. It does. 30's opening up with a top wick here. That's interesting. Still in the top of the range here. Call for support. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna take a sell right here. Just took a sell right here off this level. When we make a bottom wick here. If we start, it's not massive stops because it's only like 30, 40 pip stops. If we start closing above the highs, we're pushing up. And we'll go break even fairly quickly here, like right now. Go break even. We flipped. We don't want to come back up. We're either going to push down here to close out the candle, or we'll re-break highs and get stuck in range. Up about 18 pips here. We got in. Entry is 41.32. Yep. Stops to break even. Either we push or we come back up into range. We got almost the tip of the wick up there. So. What do we see? About 25? I'm not gonna let it come back up against me if it wants to re-break the highs. Right. What we look like. See if the 4 hour can push down and get us out of this range. See if we can fill this wick. For partials. Yeah, partials will be right there. That wick fill. There's some partials there. It's 20. All right. Whoa, tipped it right on the dot. That's crazy. On the dot. Come on, one more. It tipped my partial on like right on it, didn't close it. Moved it down. I moved it up a bit by 1 pip. Wow. I'll be tight if that doesn't break. Come on, by 1 pip, half a pip. Bread even. Right there, we're at 40 pips. Tap it. Tap it. Don't go back. I'm gonna get rid of my partial, so I'm about to close it up. Come on, tap it. I want to get something out of this. It got to it on the dot. It didn't break. Do it again. I deleted it so I could do it manually, but it disappeared. Get that off. 183, yeah, it got to it on the dot. I see the price over it and didn't close it. 183, I'm sorry. Respected, didn't it? 5 respected. Let's see. One more rebreak of the lows. So yeah, we're running about 30 pips in profit here. I saw 40 on the dot and it didn't activate the partial close. So hopefully this doesn't come back all the way up. And we got a wick fill here. One more wick fill. Let's go. I want the 5 to do a wick fill here. Yeah. Like 3 or 4 times this week, it tapped right on the dot of my stop. I think we're good though. Hopefully it re-breaks that low. But this is house money, no risk on the table here, and there we go. So partial secured at 43 pips, and
We got a runner.
yeah, we got a runner. Look at that perfect entry. Snipe the hell out of that entry too, right? Before the 4-hour close. Let's keep this target low and keep the traders high, and let's see what we can do here. Congrats, everybody. Love you. In the horse shit range, dog. Snipe that. Buy selling though, because I like to win. Like, yeah, stops the break even. It should be house money because if it comes back up there, now you're in the wrong direction. If it doesn't come back up there, great. We're sitting pretty for a runner here. So, I mean, it's all there is. Right? Either the market wants to come back up bullish or we're good to go down. Yeah, to get to our partials, we were at 90%. Now, to get the runner, we're at 50-50 here. I'd say a little more, like 60-40 because the 4 hours bearish. Hold on a sec, chat.
We got a runner.
I clicked the wrong button. Sorry, gang.
I feel good.
The right button to me.
You got riz.
Break out the red panties. We're rich, baby.
W.
Wow, we sniped the fuck out of that. Congrats. So first resistance here, we're about 80 pips in profit, but I'm really looking for this to drop. On the next drop, as we start getting close to full TP, I'll because we technically should not come back to this area and get all the way down to here. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Here we go.
Close right there at 130 pips. 130. I just don't want to see this bounce all the way back up. This is a daily bottom wick, right? This is a support. We're getting close. Like, yeah, it could drop heavy here, but I closed full 130.
Nice. That was it right there.
Yeah.
All that waiting.
Big W.
Big ups.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Time to smoke one.
Damn, the 4 hour hasn't closed yet. I was thinking maybe this is going to take us into the next 4 hour. Way we faked out here on that 30. And the way this opened up for us with no bottom wick here straight to here. Man, we've seen this so many times. How many of Kenny's blunts have I been here for?
Not enough.
Yeah, look at that closure. It's gonna push down further technically. Like it's more than likely to push down further because the bottom of the range is here. But we did our job. I'm sorry, how much in the signals? 120. Basically 130.
That's that initial reaction that I told you we might
Yeah,
get off that
yeah,
level. So
yeah.
we gotta see now if it's gonna come up back now or it's gonna blast through.
I think it continues down. This is just a strong level the reaction at, but here's my
Yeah, I'm
thing.
looking
You see
for the
this
bottom.
level? Look, it held this level here before, and look what happened when it came back to it.
Yeah.
So I look at that and I'm like, man, we don't want to repeat. So I think as this was coming out, once it faked out, right? I think this is the repeat of that. So you might get it here. You might be right. You might get a lot. But if I'm looking at what happened here historically and looking at this area, right? This right here, right, is basically a mirror now. This right here coming back up through this
Yeah.
range. This is what's happening. And now this came back here, right? This came back here. Boom, boom. But on the opposite end here, I'm sorry, this right here, this was a mirror of this. Boom. Boom. So on the opposite end, right, what happens here as it comes back down? It's gonna make that lower low. And the way I would look at it, I would look at the higher time frame. Go to the 4 hour. I'm sorry, daily. Weekly. The last day today. What are the chances this weekly flips bullish all the way up to 42.30? We spent the entire week, printing bearish. What are the chances we break all of these highs this week? Not heavy. So like, I would consider us continuing on bearish. And if the daily does decide to move up and make a top wick, it should not be in this session. It's going to need volume, right? It's going to need a catalyst. It's moving heavily bearish. It's going to need a catalyst, which would be your level here, 4108. And if it doesn't hold here, right, throughout the evening, you might see the rest of the night pulling it down, waiting for New York to actually make that bounce. And the daily goes all the way down. Wait, let's go to you. Yeah, daily comes all the way down here. So you might see that bottom wick through London, through New York, all the way down here. Before Friday now starting to push it up, which is Friday candle right now, the beginning of it's making that bottom wick. But then it would make sense, right? As the last session of the week pushes it up, it creates the bottom wick here on the weekly to continue down next week. So you might see it push up next week for the first 2 or 3 days, and then Wednesday turn it around bearish and drop it again. But it would just make sense for you to keep coming down here, maybe into 40.97. You see, look where it had the reaction right there last time it dropped. 40.97 right there. That closure.
There's a possibility it can come very steep. I'm looking at the daily. You can tap into the daily, right?
I mean, just have stops there. Yeah, it's a good level. Just have make sure you got stops. Don't let it be like, oh, no stop, gang. And I honestly, personally, like, maybe let it swing through this area, but close above here, because you'll see it pull up and then the following bottom wick, boom,
come right back down
like that, and that's your wick entry. Because if you look here, you see it swung through there. So now you're not gonna wick all the way down here, but you'll wick into the closure right there, which is also the closure here. And I think this gives you a better stop with that wick right there. That gives you a better stop, and you're likelier to pull up from here.
Yeah.
Because that's just how I see it. But look at this. No top wick. It just opened with a bottom wick here immediately on the last 15. What do you think happens? I think we get
a pull up.
Yeah, you might see a bottom wick here,
but
right at 41.17. This is the last 15 of the 4 hour.
Yeah, it makes sense, but it's just not all time frames.
The tough part about what it's doing right now, it's already bounced, came back up to resistance on the smaller time frame, right there.
What
I tried to do these previous wicks, and now it's coming back down. So there's a likelihood that it just blasts down.
Yeah.
But I'm not in there.
Ideally, like, I just try to get the initial reaction. I don't like to be like in the second candle. I just try to get like the initial reaction before, like for the first time when it's topping into a level.
Yeah. Once it comes back to and rebreaks it, you're likelier to continue.
I'm just not confident in when it does it 2 times.
Do the bottom wick there? No, it didn't get the bottom wick. Great job, everybody.
Nice.
When Kenny's rolling, the trade's a hitter.
That's right.
Maybe the news will drive price lower for more longs. Makes sense. Maybe we open up with a bottom wick and the news pushes up for that weekly top wick, and then we continue down. So many things like that. Don't marry what you think, right? Like, because now you think that, and now like, oh yeah, it's possible, and all of a sudden that's all you're looking for. No, like be open to other things being possible. Really scary. Good part of that. Anyone still got the runners going? No, guys close full. Thanks, folks. 3.5% today. Yeah, this is a nice drop. Damn, we really got ahead of that. I expect the lows here at the very least 41.11. Hey, no, get off there. Huh. Sorry. Thanks for letting me know I'm on mute. Talking my shit. No, I was saying, remember how like we had an opportunity here on the break of the lows, right? Where this candle closed below. Didn't open the way we needed. We didn't chase it. New ranges, more data, more info. Then this candle right after closed above. Didn't open the way we need to. Drove up. We need more data. Remember how I spoke yesterday about your job based on the way we trade? Our job here is to catch with a high degree of probability to catch the high volume candle. Right? I guess we got the fucking job done today. And we caught the volume candle. But if you guys were on yesterday, that's what we were talking about.
That's a part that I really underestimated in my trading, like understanding when there's volume in certain period.
Yeah. It's about when sometimes the market sits up where you can tell by the candle closures and the prints that, hey, there's going to be volume on that next candle, and it should push or we're wrong. You know what I mean? It's just like one of the we're like either we're completely wrong or we're pushing. Rarely wrong. Yeah, I mean the job's done here tonight. Maybe more positions set up, but I think I don't know if we're gonna take anything on stream because like we're on a territory. We closed at the bottom here. You know what we haven't done though in a while, gang? Well, we do that tonight. One of the last W spams on this look of the stream, on this iteration of the stream. Rewind it back a little bit. Tomorrow or Monday, yeah. One of the two. All right, can you guys do me a favor and spam the shit out of the W button, please? Come on, gang. Everybody, not just the muds. The muds. The muds. You guys are Italian, okay? The muds. Come on, gang. Spam the dubs. I need your help. Everybody now. Spam the dubs. Let's go. Everybody. Come on, my friends. Everybody do the dub. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Hey, yeah, keep spamming, keep spamming. Let's fucking go. W. Thank you. Thank you. Yo, that was a perfect closure. Check that out. He closed way the hell down here. But probably still comes back down. Daily. Yeah, I'd imagine a steeper bottom wick. 4 minutes left to go here on the 4 hour. Closing pretty bearish. Pretty bearish. Let's see how the 4 hour closes. But the job is done here. Hey, please drop a like and sub to the channel on your way out before you dip. Please sub to the channel. Help me grow this community. Help me grow this channel. Asian Session's been doing it. Like, you guys are the only ones putting in work and subbing here. Please share the stream, sub to the channel, tell everybody about it. Your stimmies are out, right? The Wix 9 stimulus checks are in the mail. You guys are getting paid for the day stream.
And we just hit 31.1k.
Yeah, we did. 31.1 W. Thank you. I didn't even know. All right, 31.2k, and then gotta get to 32k. How do we close? How do we close? This is 4 hour going dip. And back down. Back down. Yeah. The 4 hour level there, I think. Look at it. One hour. 5. That's what I saw before. A 4-hour level. It's a 5-minute level. A 4-hour level. Well, the 5 tapped it. So. Look at how price behaved through this range and applying it to this area because we're in that same range. Price tap. Market likes to mirror everything it does, right? That's why we do technical analysis. That's why we look left. Why? Because the market repeats. It does the same things at the same areas, same way. Non-stop, every day. Okay, look at that, back below the range. Kind of have a little 1-minute fake out here. 5-minute, above the 5-minute level, but everything's still back below the range. So you could look for an onion here, maybe a bearish closure. Let me leave you with this. We call it here, right? This is a 4-hour closing bearish. Your bias for the next 4 hours, we get rid of all of this. Your bias for the next 4 hour is bearish. So if this can create a top wick because we just closed below. Here, even further. All right, just closed below. And you now get a bearish 15. The 15 is bullish. Can you retest these areas and still close bearish? Because if you can do that, right? If you can get this top wick price to push up here, maybe even up there, if we break that high, you can get right back into resistance areas. Get that closure back below on the following 15, right? You get a 15 fake out, something. You get a 30 respecting resistance. Right. This is what your 30 would look like then. Right? You're looking for that top wick and to continue filling the range down, which happens to be the 4-hour top wick here and the wick fill on the 4-hour. And actually on the hourly as well. All right, the 15, the 30, the 1 hour, 4-hour wick. Because you expect to come down bearish, you just need all the time frames to align at, and when they do, that's the when. That's your when. Does that mean that's what's going to happen here? Maybe not. Maybe you could push up, but like if you're looking to fill the range down, you have this 15. This is clean range to 21. After that, it's a little, iffy and questionable, but to 21 you should fill as you start coming down here and breaking those lows. It just shouldn't be immediate because you can come down, break the lows, and pump right back up. But if you get that closure telling you price is strong enough to maintain bearish for a certain amount of time, and for us at least 15 minutes, suitable, right? That's why we're trading 15 and then the 30, the 1, the 4, because the way we trade and the things we look at, the amount of time we spend here on the charts and the way we analyze the charts, the ranges we're comfortable with, and the way our mind processes things we do and what we're used to, just us specifically, this community, based on how we do things, right? The minimum time frame suitable for this closure would be a 15. It would let us know that the market has maintained bearish momentum for long enough, for at least 15 minutes, that we can get the 1 hour wick fill, which would be the 15 move down, right? We'll get the 15 move down, and that's the 1 hour wick fill, and that's the 30 wick fill, and every time frame's bearish. Yeah, we understand we need to come down, maybe not forever, but from the 15 to the 1 hour to the 30 to the 4, at least on those 4 time frames, we are good to go here right now, immediately as it sets up, not in 2 hours, 3 hours, whenever it sets up, the very first go at it. We are good to go to this area. You need that bearish closure, and you need price to maintain bearish for at least a minimum of 15 minutes. Anything under that's not strong enough for us to tell us that it's going to move down, or that it's even time. It's sometimes 15 is not enough the way we trade, but the minimum from the way it's set up here would need to be at least a 15-minute time frame. And then you can look for another 15, make a top wick and come down, which means the 30 will have a top wick, the hourly will have a top wick. You're re-breaking the 15, 30, 1 hour, 4 hour lows. Why would it not come down? The probability will be overwhelmingly on your side. You just gotta wait. Yeah, that's our session here today. A lot of gems, a lot of great work, patience, W's. Good session. I will see you guys. Yeah, it's probably not gonna be ready tomorrow. If it is, maybe later on the day, maybe we do a power hour session to close out the week like we did 2 weeks ago, and we smacked it on a Friday power hour. But you're waiting on your accounts for me. The last 4 people that won, I don't want to announce your names. Send me your country, where you're from, right? Because now Top One's asking me to get that, and then they'll send out the accounts. Gang, I'm gonna call a session here. Take our future trading for the evening into the Signal channel, into the private community, into the bundle. If you got the bundle, I might see you in there tonight. If you didn't, get the bundle so you can be part of those signals and the private agent session on Sunday that we're gonna have. All right, that's it. Anybody
Thank you,
else
Wix. Thanks for
got
the
anything to
knowledge.
say? For sure.
See you guys. GG's.
You guys should be
Later,
writing this down.
everybody.
Watching the stream to write it down. Absolutely. Daniel, you should hop on here more often, bro. You don't talk a lot. You don't talk
Yeah,
enough.
I'll be on here often now.
All right, cool, awesome.
Yeah.
Amazing. Glad to have you. All right, gang, tap in with us. I'll be here hopefully tomorrow, sometime throughout the day. If not, there's no agent session tomorrow. So private agent session on Sunday for everyone in the bundle, and then Monday mornings we should start 2-a-days, right? Monday we should be doing New York and Asian session, and going forward we should be doing New York and Asian session 2 days with the same results, 2x the results. All right, gang, that's it. That's my time. Chat. Oh, no, mods, thank you so much for helping me run the stream. Zoom gang, I will see you guys in the clubhouse. Chat, love and wisdom to you all.
Break out the red panties. We're rich, baby.
As for me, my time here is up. And just like that, another Asian session is in the books. All right, gang, don't overtrade, don't overleverage, don't lose all your accounts. Maybe some of them. But show up for our next stream with full mental clarity intact, and I'll see you there. Big dubs tonight.
Break out the red.
Later.